Hello, people of the internet, and welcome back to our podcast,
Unconditional
Hotmess, with your hosts,
me, Rhonda,
and myself, Haley, also known as Love Haley, and my lovely mom, aka Rhonda, is also known as Hotmess Mama here on the internet. We just wanted to say welcome back to another episode of Unconditional Hotmess. Thank you for bearing with us. Last week, which will be 2 weeks ago for you all, we did not have an episode go live, and I'm just going to give you a little tidbit as to why. So, essentially, I was craving vegetable soup. Like, seriously, I wanted it so bad. And my lovely, amazing, spectacular fiance was like, oh, don't worry, I will make it for you. I had bought the ingredients way too long ago to be able to, make the vegetable soup, but I work so much, I do so many things, I have, zero concept of time how old things get. It was bad. It was bad. It was really, really, really old. And essentially, long story short, I got food poisoning.
And did she not realize they were bad?
Nope, she didn't, because everything looked fine.
Oh, okay.
So, I got food poisoning from the vegetable soup. I will no longer be a soup girly this winter. I will maybe make an exception for chili, but I cannot do soup. Anyways, so I tried to lay in bed and edit the video that was supposed to go up, but I literally could not, so it just went up last week. And my mom was like, just don't even worry about it. And I was like, okay, if you insist. I passed out, slept all day long. Woke up at 10 p.m. It was bad. It only lasted me a day and a half, though, so.
Your stories were pretty hilarious.
I don't want to go that far into detail, okay? Anywho, it's really, really cold in my mom's house, so if you are watching the video version, it is really, really cold to me in my mom's house, so if you're watching the video version, I am wearing a blanket.
Yeah. But I have a hoodie, I have a sweatsuit on, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just have this, little blue, what is this material called?
What is it? It's like a lightweight cottony looking.
Is it it's not flannel.
No, it's like waffle. It's really,
I don't know. And some jeans with holes in them, so I'm just freezing. So, that's why I have a blanket on today, and I'm nice and warm and cozy now.
What do you guys keep your thermostat at?
68, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
It's 47. I'm curious of what mine is, because I keep mine. You sure I shouldn't unplug that?
It's fine.
Okay. I'm trying to think what I keep mine at. Let's see.
I just get really cold really easily. So at my apartment, every single room has a glass balcony door.
Yeah.
What do you keep yours at?
I just turned it back to 67. It's 67 in the house. Mm. It was at 66.
Oh, freezing. But the glass doors, there's one in the living room, there's one in the office, there are two in the bedroom. And the balcony stretches across, my whole apartment. So it's really, really great. That's why we can have the really, really awesome garden that we have in the summer and everything. But it is awful in the winter because it's freezing. It's actually kind of bad in the summer, too, if we don't close the blinds because it becomes boiling in the apartment. So...
yeah, and it's not like you can put plastic covers over to, keep the warmth in, because don't you go in and out?
I mean, not really during the winter, so I've been thinking about it, at least in our room, because it's fine in the living room where there's just one door, and it's fine in the office where there's just one door, but,
your bedroom's one whole wall.
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm thinking about it. In the living room and in the office, it's one whole wall, too.
True.
I just think one of the doors maybe doesn't seal 100% properly, so... and, of course, my side of the bed is right by the balcony doors because I didn't want it next to the side of the bedroom door because I was like, listen, my fiancé is a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, so if someone and also a lighter sleeper, a really light sleeper. So if anyone breaks into our apartment in the middle of the night and comes busting in the bedroom,
sleep through it.
I would sleep through it. Yeah, exactly. And she will jump on up and be like, whoop some butt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just really cold. I have to sleep under a lot of blankets. We have the dogs. They like to sleep under the blankets too, so they're like my own little personal heater, but I just am freezing all the time, every day. I layer up.
I feel like your vitamin D is low.
Yeah, probably.
Well, let's do a head check for everybody out there. It is now February, when the beginning, literally 2 days in. How y'all doing? Like with the whole seasonal depression. I mean, because I know for me, this is when it gets really, 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 really hard for me. But like, I've been going to the tanning bed, as everybody knows, and then some, like, whatever. I only go like 3 times a week, if even. But anyways, I feel like it's really helped. Do you start struggling around now?
Yes.
I mean, normally I'm like, get me to the beach, the sun, warmth, something, stat. But going in the tanning bed has totally helped, I feel like. Just, I guess it's the warmness. I'm not crying for it yet, but I'm getting there.
See, I normally do, but I feel like I just have so many exciting things going on right now that it's like not hitting me full force this year.
That's good.
So.
That's real good then. So maybe your vitamin D isn't too low.
I mean, I think it definitely is. I think I'm just keeping myself occupied.
Yeah, you do have some exciting stuff happening for sure.
I can't wait to tell you guys. It's so exciting. It has nothing to do with social media, really. It just has to do with me, my life, and working and whatever.
It's pretty exciting, guys.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it eventually.
Yeah.
Adulting. Good fun times.
For real. I'm pretty excited. Speaking of adulting, I'm getting my new tires put on my car today.
I wondered if that's how we would segue into it.
Yes. Yes, you guys, I've been needing tires for so long. And then I was like, I'll get them. Yeah, I'll do it. And then I was like, oop, I didn't do it. My tires are like basically bald. So I was showing my younger sibling how to check tires today. And I was like, so look at my tires. See, like when I put my pinky in them and how like there's like no space. So it means that my tire's not gripping the road. I said, so now look at your tires. When you put your my pinky, I can't even get my pinky in there. But look how much like your tires are totally good to go for a good while. And it was like, oh, okay.
I wonder what you guys were talking about out there.
Yep, tires, how to see if your tires are bald, and mine are very bald. And so I get my new tires installed today. As soon as we finish recording this episode, I will be on my way to a Costco.
You know, it's pretty insane how much the prices have gone up for that.
Tires?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like vomito. What?
I think it's so funny when you use that word because you made it up.
I don't think so. Is that really not a word?
I don't think so.
I think it's a fancy word.
Listen, we forgot to unplug the doorbell. I was originally going to edit them all out, but I probably won't, so sorry. Anyways.
I can go unplug it.
No, it's fine.
It's going to get bad.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
While my mom is unplugging that, I also have to tell you guys, I need to get a car battery too.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yes.
I haven't walked away yet, guys. Sorry. Haley, you're there today. Why don't you get one then? Okay, I'm walking away, guys. Sorry.
I don't think they'll install it for me. So I'm going to wait till next week.
Jesus.
You know, there is a budget, and I am trying to stick to it, but like... My car is really needy, and then I have all these pets that need to go to the vet. It's just a lot. Adulting is like a lot. I'm sure everyone knows that. It's nothing new, but I'm just like one thing after the next. Oh my gosh, I need to start making some money for real ASAP.
Well, you know, tax season's upon us. That's real.
Do you think I'll get a tax refund this year?
I don't know. You might.
Well, because taxes have been, like, a lot of taxes have been taken out of my paychecks from that one job I've been at.
Well, maybe.
Oh, guys. Can you imagine if I got a tax refund? Well, yeah, because you have to pay taxes, huh?
Yeah. I mean...
I will next year.
Yeah.
But, like...
Well, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I will or not. It's just the fact that I hate doing taxes. It sucks. It's not fun.
Yeah, I am impartial to it. Normally, I just go with my dad.
Oh, you didn't silence things either.
That's my computer.
Welcome to the hot mess, guys.
For real, I don't know.
We just out here doing our thing. Was it your computer?
It was my computer. It was Becca texting me. She's telling me she's going to go home and start cleaning the living room.
Is she meeting you at Costco?
Mm-mm.
No. How long is it going to take to get your tires?
Like an hour.
What you going to do?
Sit inside.
Oh.
That's what I did last time.
When did you have tire? Oh, your old car.
Mm-hmm.
Your car is needy. I did hear you say that. That thing is needier than a pet.
Girl, for real. Like, oh my god.
She's always needing something.
Yeah, because I had it for a month, and like during that month I thought it was breaking down, and turns out they just sold it to me with shot rotors and like messed up brakes. So then I had to go and like fight and be like, please fix this. You sold it to me after we specifically asked about these things after the drive test and blah 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 and this and that, and we looked at the Carfax, yada yada yada. And they were like, this is not our fault. Give us $3,000. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to make my stepdad do it for me. Thank you. Bye. And they were like, fine, we'll do the back ones for free. And then I was like, okay. And I left, and they ordered it. And then I called them. I said, you know what? No. You guys told me it was the front ones that were more messed up than the back ones. You need to do all 4. I've never stood up for myself like that before, you guys. So it was a bit intense for me. And I like called my mom afterwards. And I was like, they're going to give me all 4 for free now. And I deserve it because they sold them. They sold the car to me with all 4 messed up. But the back ones weren't really even messed up. I don't know why they wanted to replace the back ones. They were just a little bit messed up.
Than the front, I guess.
Heck if I know. And then, not even a month after that, my car actually breaks down undrivable.
Yeah.
On my way to go do laundry on my dad's house in the rain, and like I was able to drive it a little bit to get to an AutoZone.
About that.
Oh, I didn't. I was able to drive it a little bit to get to the AutoZone, and then I was like, it was pouring rain. I was like, can you help me with the check engine tester thingy? And they were like, here, and just handed it to me, and my car wouldn't even run a diagnostic, and the machine wouldn't work. And then I went in and I asked for help, and they were like, nope, it just doesn't. Nope, we can't help you. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so then I got it up to my dad's house, and when I say undrivable, it was drivable, but I'd be driving and it was like, go stop, go stop, go stop. Like, and the car was like, if you're watching the video version, I was like driving, but I couldn't get over like 20 miles an hour. So I was like this in my car because my engine was like.
What did it end up being that time?
I don't even remember what the heck it was, but then I had a warranty. Oh my gosh. Let me just get into this car dealership. This is turning into a whole ramble. Sorry, Mom.
No, you're fine.
The worst dealership. Turns out that they have reviews that they are like very anti-women in any. Yes, because because my coworker at where I'm at now also bought her car there, and something happened, like it broke down and like 3-4 check engine lights came on the day after, the day or 2 days after she bought it, and she called them and was like, you guys are going to fix this with the warranty that I have because this isn't normal.
Right.
And they were like, no, sorry. And so then her dad called and we were like, you're gonna fix this. And they were like, yes sir, okay, we'll fix it. But then like she told me this story, and I was like, she was telling me the story when I was telling her what was all like had happened to my car. Oh my gosh. And I was like, wow, that sounds like really familiar. Where did you buy your car at? And then she told me it was like, oh, this area. And I'm like, it didn't happen to be like a Subaru dealership and also a Volkswagen dealership, did it? And she was like, oh my god, no, yeah, it was. How did you know that? And I'm like, because I bought my car there too.
They were horrible.
They were awful. Okay, so when my car broke down the second time, I called them up and I was like, hey, so like I have a warranty. If I were to get like a diagnostic of what's wrong with my car, could I call you and see if it's covered under warranty? And they're like, well, we would have to pull all the files and we wouldn't be able to just take your word for it. We would need to run the diagnostic ourselves. So you need to tow it up to us. Well, it's not close to where my parents live. It's in Ohio. It's like nearly an hour away. So I was like, okay, fine. My lovely, amazing Grammy is amazing and gets us like the AAA tows. And thank God that she does, because boy, do I be needing that. My last car, I got that thing towed 7 times. Minimum.
When every child turns 16 and starts driving, she automatically puts them on AAA.
Yeah.
And I
no
don't
one
think
uses it like me.
I was going to say, out of all the grandkids, I think you're the one who is literally...
I have maxed my tows out. There have been years where I've maxed out my free tows on AAA. I wish I was kidding. But, like, listen,
No,
you guys. I like my car, but I don't love it. And this is all I can say. Not that I have anything against the brand itself, but just don't buy a Hyundai Santa Fe. My first Hyundai Santa Fe had a slew of problems, so many problem after problem after problem that just didn't make sense. My one that I have now, problem after problem after problem that just doesn't make sense. And my cousin who had one, problem after problem after problem, like literally had to just total the car because like so many things were wrong with
One
it
of
that
your
it was
cousins
just.
had one too?
Mm-hmm. My aunt with 2 boys, the oldest boy.
Oh, I didn't know he had one.
Yeah, he did. That she went like half and half in.
That
with them,
stinks.
so.
What year was it? Was it the same as
It was
one of yours?
older. No, it was older than one of mine. But like, from the time they bought it, it was just one after the next after the next. It was insane.
I feel like it definitely has to be the Santa Fe's because like your brother's car is totally fine.
Yeah. But the Santa Fe's, they just are not it. And I think they're so cute. They're so great for car camping. And like when they're not having problems, they're awesome. But they're almost always having problems. Okay, so this time my car broke down. I got it just barely back up to blowing your nose off screen, okay?
Thanks for the call out.
You're welcome. So I got the car back to my dad's. I call a tow truck, and I'm just so over it. So I started doing my laundry because I might as well while I'm there.
But the funny part that you're leaving out is when you're freaking out. Like, I really, like, you guys.
What would you do if you were driving down the road and your car just quits working?
I wish you would turn a camera on yourself, though. Because
I should.
You're so animated and over the top that I'm like, holy shit, this kid could make a buck off of this.
Okay, well, anyways, so I get my car to my dad's. I call the tow truck. I wait, like, all day long. The tow truck guy comes. I spend $100 to get it towed there because even though I have the AAA, I don't have, like, the one that it's always free. It's, like, you only get so many free miles. Yeah. And then you have to pay for each mile after that. So I pay $100. I get it towed up there. And, they call me and they're like...
they were such...
They were like, so this is what's wrong. It's actually a Hyundai recall. And I was like, oh, okay. So they're like, so we actually can't even fix anything. Like, you need to take it to a Hyundai dealership. And I'm like, okay. So if it, like, they're telling me that I need to come pick up my car and take it to a Hyundai dealership. And it's my problem. So I was like, well, if they didn't have the warranty, would it be covered under the warranty that I have with you guys? And they were like, well, we can't really tell you that. And I was like, so that makes me feel like it maybe is. So how about you guys tow it there for me? And they were like, we just can't do that for you. Like, we can't just eat that cost. And I was like, okay, well, I already ate the cost to get it towed to you. So, again, like, I don't ever stick up for myself like this.
Her
so
balls
this was
were
insane.
So big. I was so proud.
I know. And so they're like, fine. And they get it towed like 30 more minutes away from where I live to this Hyundai dealership. And they have the tow person drop it off and not tell the Hyundai people where the car came from. So then I told them, I was like, listen, I just bought this car from you like not even 2 months ago. It's completely broke down, undrivable, like it's unreliable. And like for one of the jobs that I do, I watch kids and I need a car, a reliable car to drive kids around in because that is my livelihood. So I told them on the phone, I was like, so now you've taken away my only transportation to get like to and from my job. And they're like, well, you need to get a rental car. And I'm like, what was I? Was I 22 at the time?
I think so.
Yeah, I was 22 at the time because I'm 23 now. And I was like, I am not old enough to get a rental car. So I don't know how you're expecting me to get a rental car. I don't know where you're expecting me to get a rental car. How about you guys give me a rental car? And basically the guy would fight with me on the phone and was like, no, we can't do this, we can't do that, we're not eating the cost for you because you bought a bad car. And I'm like, you sold me the bad car. Yeah. You sold it to me. So let's get that straight. Finally, I got this really, really nice guy and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for everything that everyone's been putting you through here. Come on in, I'll set you up in a rental. Got set up in a rental for free, and it was a Subaru Outback, and I want a Subaru Outback so bad now.
So you still want one?
I still want one. I will not buy it at this dealership, but one day I will have one. So just letting everyone know. Got like a brand spanking new Subaru Outback. It was so awesome. Drove that thing around for like
a while.
30 days because you can only have rental cars there or maybe it was 25 days. I had it for nearly a month for the first one. And then they called me and they're like, hey, you need to return that rental car. We're going to give you a new one until your car's fixed. So I'm like, okay. So then I go and I have another one for nearly a month. So this is my second Subaru Outback. This one was even newer than the last one. And I'm like, this is so bougie. This is so nice. Everything that was included in this car, I was like, oh, this is the life of a luxury. I love a good Subaru Outback, just not from this dealership. Anyways, so I'm going to go to a different Subaru Outback dealership when it's time for me to get my Subaru Outback.
Yeah. So if you have any in the,
Tri-state area.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, tri-state.
For real. So, then finally my dad, I went over to his house one day and I was cutting his hair because that's what I do. I have the licensure to do that, and it just is more convenient for my dad for me to cut his hair. So we're talking and he's like, so what's the update about your car? And I realize I never got the confirmation call that it made it to the Hyundai dealership. Yeah. Oh, so then I call the Subaru dealership. I'm like, hey, did my car ever make it? And they're like, well, you should have gotten confirmation through Hyundai. And I'm like, it's been 2 months. Okay. So I find the number to the dealership because they basically were like, figure it out yourself. Bye. Find the number to the dealership. I call them up and I'm like, hi, so did by any chance anyone drop off this type of Hyundai Santa Fe? And they were like, oh my gosh, is it your car? We had no information on it.
Oh my God.
So the Subaru dealership that towed my car to the Hyundai dealership gave the Hyundai dealership no information, or didn't give the tow truck driver any information to give the Hyundai dealership about my car. And I was told that they would reach out to me, and I'm like, I am so sorry. And they're like, it's been sitting on our lot for 2 months now. We haven't known what to do with it because it's...
Meanwhile, you're making payments on this car. Yeah, I'm making
payments on this car that I don't even have. I have not had the car longer than I owned the car at this point.
Right.
And so I was like, yep, it's my car. And they're like, okay, so this is what's wrong with it. Was not what the Subaru dealership told me what was wrong with it. So I called the Subaru dealership and I'm like, hey, is this covered under my warranty? Basically, it was something with my electrical and then a band had busted or whatever. And they were like, no, it's already there. You just need to get it fixed there. And I was like, is it covered under my warranty? And they're like, nope, you just can't use your warranty because it was, at that point, my warranty was about my... So at that point, the warranty that I had been given through the Subaru dealership was about to expire. I had a week before it expired. Yeah,
it was close.
And they were like, no, it doesn't. And I was like, are you sure? Because last time you said you needed to run a diagnostic, but then you ran a diagnostic, and then you said you found out what was wrong, but that's not even what's wrong. So I just feel like you're, pulling my leg at this point. They're like, no, it doesn't cover the warranty. So then I get transferred to this manager and that manager, and then I end up with this guy who's screaming at me on the phone saying, it's not our fault that your car broke down and you didn't take care of your car, and it's not our fault that you can't fix it. And he said, we just can't keep writing blank checks for you, Haley. We just can't keep writing you blank checks. If we wrote blank checks, or if we gave everyone a blank check, then we would have no money left. So basically just yelling at me saying, we can't give you any money, and even though you have a warranty, we're not going to let you use it because we're not going to fork out the money to pay your car even though it's covered by the warranty. So then I ended up having to pay the Hyundai dealership because the guy on the phone who was screaming at me told me that if I didn't return my rental car, that he was going to take me to court or whatever.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was a big deal.
I knew you told me he yelled. Yeah, and I was like, I'll call.
He didn't say, take you to court, but he said he was going to pursue legal action, which basically that means take you to court.
I would have, if you'd let me call that guy,
yeah,
I would have blasted that mother trucker.
So he threatened legal action if I didn't return my car as soon as my car at the Hyundai dealership got fixed. And so finally I just broke down into tears. I was like, fine, whatever, I guess you win. Even though I have this warranty with you guys, I'll just pay the other dealership to fix my car. So I had to pay the other dealership to fix my car.
That wasn't cheap.
Nope. And, yeah.
I feel like we literally should, call them out.
No.
Oh.
I don't want to do that.
When your child is more adult than you. Because I was ready to take his social media. I was ready to call channel 12, channel 5, channel 19, like call them all, channel 9. Like,
yeah, it just really
they
stinks.
are a really bad
like,
dealership.
I love being a woman, but sometimes it is just such a man's world that it's so hard to have a fair fight.
Well, yeah. Well, for me, too, I get so mad that I can't regulate my emotions. So I go from, like, I just cry. And then I shut down. And then I scream. And then it's just like,
yeah.
Hold on. Let me process. Yeah. I'm a delayed processor on top of it. So I'm just a freaking mess.
Yeah. It was a hoopla. It was really awful.
You know what I miss? Back in the 90s, being able to slam that phone down.
Like a landline?
Yes. Because I would have done that to that guy. I would have been like, complain, yell, 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 start to cry, wham! That's what I would have done. And then I would have called back and be like, and let me just tell you what else I just came up with.
Well, it was so much phone tag to even get a hold of these people. It was so awful. Thankfully, I've not really had any major problems with my car since then. Like, nothing that I have not been able to, like, get fixed really quickly. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm not going to put any more money in this car. I'm over it. And then...
Yeah, but you need the tires.
Well, yeah. And then I got a nail in a tire, and then I had to get it patched. And then I got a nail in another tire, like, a month later, and had to get it patched. And then when I got that one patched, I realized that tire was bald. And then I realized that you're supposed to rotate your tires. And I wasn't doing that. I thought that the people at the oil change place... Yes. I'm not dumb.
I didn't say you were dumb.
I thought that the people at the oil change place were trying to scam me. So I was like, no, I don't need my tires rotated. I just need an oil change. I'm just here for an oil change and to use my coupon. Thank you.
The rotations are free.
Not at the Valvoline.
Oh. Well, they're going to be free at Costco.
Well, yeah.
You're going to have to do that.
Every 3 months.
Oh, yeah, because you put a lot of miles on there.
Yeah, I'd be driving all over the dang place. Speaking of which, I got to make a 45-minute drive today after I get my new tires. I got to pick some stuff up from my auction site.
Oh. You want to talk about your favoriteest store ever site? Or no?
No, because we're already about 25 minutes into this episode. And I've done a lot of rambling. So let's get a life update on you.
Well, my car works.
Good. Great. Fabulous. Love that for you.
And it's so funny because I was just talking about that with your with my youngest sibling, and we were talking about, like, I will never get rid of my car. It's a 2011. Mother trucker just keeps on trucking, and my kid was like, well, you don't even really go anywhere anyway, so why would you need a new car? And I'm like, facts. And if I do go somewhere, y'all just drive me. Yeah. So. Yeah. And I
the other day, I felt like you were so mad at me, not only because I threw off your routine, but also because I wasn't going to come pick you up. But I
can't believe you were not going to get me.
But I didn't have okay, I needed my mom to go somewhere with me because I wasn't able to go by myself.
I forgot about that. So, I do need my routine.
Okay, my mom has a really regimented routine. We were supposed to go to the place the next day, but I had a scheduling thing, so...
Well, and I have to mentally prep for things.
I had a schedule change up, and I was able to go, like, ASAP, and I was like, Mom, please meet me there ASAP. Please, just in case we're not going to be able to go tomorrow now, because they might, like, that gap that I have would fill up.
It was more, Mom, we got to go now.
Yeah.
It was
I asked you, and you said yes. So anyways, then she was in the middle of her workout, and I made her leave ASAP and meet me there, and she was so stressed.
No, I was flustered. Yeah. Because, again, I had no time to mentally prep, because I was like, okay, my day will go like this and this and this,
but then,
and that's how my days have to go.
I know.
And if there's a wrench thrown in there, I spiral.
So do I.
Yeah, well, now you know where you get it from. I literally, like, freaking geek. I'm like, I don't know how to function, and it's a whole situation.
Well, so she was like, okay, yeah, fine, and then she's like,
I'm trying to be like, fine. inside I'm dying.
She's like, are you going to come pick me up? And I'm like, no, because I only have a 2-hour gap. I don't know how long it's going to take. Like, I just need to meet you there, and I need to be able to get back ASAP just in case 2 hours is not enough time to do what we need to do. And she's like, oh my God.
You need me to drive? I look like what?
Yeah, and then she was like, I'm working out right now. And then I was like, can you just meet me there in 30 minutes? And she's like, okay, fine. And then she goes, just meet me at my house and then I'll follow you. And I'm like, Mom, I can't. I'm on a time crunch. And you go, okay. Okay. And I was like so stressed, and I was so worried that when I like met you at your car as soon as you got there after me, that you were gonna jump out and scream at me. And I was like, please don't yell at me. Please don't be mad at me. You don't, but I'm just so worried because like when people mess up my day, that's what I want to do.
Oh, I want to do that stuff. I just don't do that stuff. Inside, I'm like internally like pushing down the anxiety that is creeping up, and I just want to be like, ah! But instead I'm just like, I'm here. Come on.
Let's go. Let's get this over with. LOL.
Oh my Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, but we got it done, and it's gonna be great, and gonna love it. It's gonna turn out so great.
I mean, at least I got my Monday stuff done on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I think I ended up venting to the lady, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working out. If I want so bad to be like, nobody cares, Rhonda, shut up. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm like that, too. Or sometimes I just ramble and I tell everyone my information, and they don't really need to know my information.
Right?
And I'm
like you overshare.
So
I do the
sorry.
same thing. Like, you know, like it's cold outside. Yeah, and then I had food poisoning and I had really bad diarrhea and I threw up and then I fell and broke my collarbone. And everyone's like, I don't give a shit. But why did you have to tell me that? And I'm like,
word vomit, sorry.
I have issues.
So I feel that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And then I awkwardly start sweating in my armpits really bad.
Do you remember, hold on, let me just see if you remember this. So, I think it was probably like AliExpress. Do you remember when I was in like middle school or like freshman year of high school and I was so worried about sweat stains in my clothes?
Yes.
And I made you order me those armpit pads?
Yes.
So, I was on like AliExpress or some like wholesale-y website kind of thing, and I saw, or maybe it was even Wish, I saw these little armpit pads that were, it literally looked like a pad, but instead of being long, it was like kind of like circle,
armpit? Yeah.
and you put it in the like wet, like the corner of the underarm part of your shirt, and then it like sticks to it like a pad would stick to a pair of undies, and it would catch all of your sweat. And I was so pressed in middle school and high school about sweat stains because I was like, oh my God, people are going to make fun of me because my sweat stains because I'm so anxious. And then I'd get anxious over people making fun of me over something that wasn't even happening, to the point that it would have, like, my armpits would be sweating because I was nervous people were going to make fun of me for having armpit sweat. So I started using those things, and yeah. Honestly, they worked pretty decently, but like also I could have probably just used a pad and smacked it in there.
Smacked it in there.
Yeah. Well, for real. Update on my mom's cat.
It is officially my cat.
And yeah, I don't think we ever really updated from the like, she went missing, she escaped. So
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Which I
She
think was
came
the
right
last
back.
episode that went live at the time we're filming this. There's going to be one in between that one and this one.
Yeah.
She did come back. She's fully indoors now. She didn't have any owner connected to her, anything like that. No one's
Yeah.
like looking for this cat. So she is officially my mom's cat, and she is living her best indoor life, and she's getting so used to being inside, and she's so cute. Oh my gosh, she's so adorable.
She is. She watches cat TV. My husband found it, and my son. So when we're out and about, like the morning routine is when we wake up, we get our food. We open the blinds. She sits on the perches, and then she watches cat TV and plays. And yeah, she's resting right now. She had the zoomies late last night. She did. It like boggled your sibling's brain.
Because the zoomies?
The zoomies were all over the place at like 11 o'clock at night. Went potty and was like, zing, 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 zing. And everyone's like, holy moly, okay, it's
Chill,
bedtime.
girl, chill.
Yeah. And she's like, it's party time.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, she's curled up downstairs, sleeping and watching cat TV. Like, she'll wake up just enough to like crack her eyes, and she'll stare at the TV, and then she's like, oh. But it's really cute because if she sees something on cat TV that she likes, she goes, meow, 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 and then she runs to the TV.
That's so cute.
It really is adorable.
Oh my goodness. So I just wanted to have the little update in there just in case anyone was wondering about the cat that is now officially my mom's cat.
She is ours.
But I think that is going to be all for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening to all of my rambles. Sorry you didn't get to talk very much today.
No, you're fine. I took the one that you guys would see next week. Or last week I spoke nonstop about all my jobs, and funny enough, when we ended that, I randomly think of things when I should be sleeping. There was a lot more jobs I hadn't told you about.
AKA a bank.
I was a bank teller. Yeah. I still can't count money right.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening.
Sorry to cut you off. Make sure to subscribe and help us rank on Spotify, please.
Yes, definitely be sure to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, turn on our notifications, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify.
And if you're here on YouTube, can you share us over on Facebook, please?
Yes,
That would be
you.
so helpful to help us get the word out. So we'd appreciate it. Sorry, back to you.
Okay, thank you guys so much for being here today, and until next time, kisses from Kentucky.
Mwah!
Bye.
Bye.